Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday, February 27th, so I'm just going to do a general reading for the day in the afternoon, so it's a bit later. Try and get this up quickly. But I'm just going to stick to the usual spread I do for daily readings. We've got what's going on in the physical, and then we've got the energies around us. Ten of Pentacles is fine. Eight of Wands reversed. It feels like there's going to be a shift in energy, which is fitting because I believe there is a portal today. Yep. Okay. So I think this time I'll start from the outside and work my way in. Okay. So we've got the Eight of Wands reverse, and then we've got the Star reverse. So the Eight of Wands reverse is kind of like the energy we're kicking the day off with, and what I'm feeling in this situation is because both the Eight of Wands and the Star are reversed, that this is not a typical reversal. This is just more describing an energy shift, which, again, as I mentioned just a moment ago, there is a portal today, so that is, again, very fitting. So I'll interpret the cards upright. So the Eight of Wands today, it's a Leo. The moon did just transit from Cancer to Leo, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it did. So this is this is capturing that energy. You start the day off charged up, ready to go. You're kind of out of like the murky emotional waters that Cancer brought. Um, as someone who is my natal moon is in Cancer, so it wasn't a very fun day for me yesterday. So, but anyway, yeah. After kind of like dealing with the heavy emotions that come with the moon being in Cancer, this is more of a free and clear energy. You can kind of govern yourself however you want. You feel like doing more, saying more. Like if the feeling yesterday had you under, this is really gonna you're really kind of starting the day off on a high note here. So more about this card though. This is death is kind of like it's a connecting factor. It's going to show us how we transition from this Eight of Wands energy to the Star energy, which is that'll settle in later in the day, in the evening, and the Star is going to be more about giving life to your dreams, nurturing yourself, doting on yourself, taking care of yourself, and it's going to be in a pretty transformative way because we transition from the Eight of Wands energy to the Star energy by way of death, which shows again major transformations coming throughout the day. There's gonna be transformations like the endings, beginnings, things changing, evolving. I would say it feels like if it's anything, I don't think it's gonna be anything incredibly shocking. Death is more like you're losing things that deep down inside you knew they had to go. So embracing that energy of transformation, of death and rebirth is going to take you right to the Star, where you're still going to be feeling a bit revitalized because of the transit again from the moon in Cancer to Leo. but it's gonna feel like your approach is gonna feel renewed. It's gonna feel like you're doing. It's gonna feel like death is gonna lead you to do something different as it relates to how you nurture yourself and how you love on yourself. Death is bringing new insight. A lot of you have received news or will be receiving news. Um, I want to say no later than midday tomorrow. Even though this is the energy for today, it just takes time for things to work. But there's information coming for you that's really going to change how you approach things. And in that they're going to be endings, and they're needed endings, because it's time for, life is full of deaths and rebirths, and this is just time for another death and another rebirth. So let's moving right into the physical energy here. And this is the Queen of Wands is kind of again, she's kind of manifesting that energy of the new moon in Leo, of the moon transiting into Leo. The moon is in Leo, and it's a fire sign. It's a fire sign. It's fire energy. Hence the Queen of Wands. It's a bit more playful, charismatic. You kind of want to be out there and doing things and just in the action, in the thick of it. And that's kind of how the day is going to start. And then as we transition into the afternoon, into later into the day, we've got Temperance. And temperance is about balance and harmony, and and alchemy through harmony. So if there's something that you're trying to create, this is kind of your sign to consider all perspectives, to look at things from every angle, and to take a balanced, delicate, patient approach, because you are in control here. Temperance is in control. Temperance is in control because temperance operates from a sense of balance and harmony. And in doing that, you can really make a lot of stuff happen. So we get later into the day with I would say like around between the late afternoon and the late evening, we've kind of got death kind of kicking in here. And this isn't to say you will receive news this evening. This is more like the energy of it is starting to kick in. And again, as I mentioned before, death is also going to kind of transform the way you view, nurturing yourself and nurturing your dreams. It's also going to change the way you view the Ten of Pentacles here, which is stability, fulfillment at home. I would say in a lower vibration energy that comes from the Ten of Pentacles is kind of like a mundane way of being. So you may be seeking stability, but you're kind of afraid that with stability comes great boredom. Death is really going to clear that out, because what's supposed to be for you is it's going to keep you stimulated. Your your fulfillment, your stability, your peace, because this is kind of like your peaceful home life. it's not gonna you don't get all of that from anything that's less than what would help you level up. So that's kind of what's coming up with the ten of Pentacles energy and death. And I think the reality of that is going to settle in, and that's going to lead to, again, viewing, nurturing yourself in your dreams with a different perspective. It's kind of got some of you reevaluating just what exactly does stability mean to me. What does peace and comfort, what do those things mean? Because it's starting to feel like something different from what I thought it always was, and now I'm wondering, how do I make that happen? That's what death, the star, and Ten of Pentacles is going to stir up for you later into the evening. I would say my biggest piece of advice for the day is just be patient with yourself, but also don't hide from the world either. Again, like, I know how intense Cancer moons can be. It felt like this one was even more intense because February does not have a full moon, so it kind of feels like Cancer turned up a little bit just to give you that full moon feeling. So, just be easier with yourselves over the next day or two, and then we will be entering a full moon where things are going to start picking up again. The energy for this year has really been very busy. There's always been something going on every week. It feels like. So, sorry. With that in mind, just nurture yourselves a bit more. Be patient with yourselves, because the star is really all it is about. It's not just about your dreams. It's about how do you pour into yourself. So that's something to think about as you go through the rest of the day. And that will be the reading for the day. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.